The efforts of Noah, peace be upon him, in his call. 1. It is said that Noah, peace be upon him, when he was sent to the prophets, he was 50 years old. And it was said that he was 350 years old. He remained among them for 1,000 years minus 50 years, and then he lived 350 years after that. He began to call them to God secretly and openly, and century after century passed, but they did not respond to him. Noah, peace be upon him, used to call them day and night, secretly and openly. He was patient and forbearing. No prophet encountered anything worse than Noah. They would enter upon him and purify him until he was almost dead. They would beat him in gatherings and he would be banished. He would not curse those who treated him badly, but would call upon them and say, "My Lord, afflict my people. For indeed they do not know." This would only make them more afraid of him, to the point that he would speak to one of them. Wrap his head in a cloak and put his fingers in his ears so that he would not hear anything of what he said. This is the saying of Allah, the Most High, and whenever I called them to afflict them, they put their fingers in their ears and covered themselves with their garments. Noah 7. Mujahid said, they would beat him until he became weak. When he regained consciousness, he would say, "My Lord, forgive my people, for indeed they do not know." Ibn Abbas said, Noah, peace be upon him, would be beaten, then wrapped in a blanket and thrown into his house as if he had died. Then he went out and called them until, when he despaired of the faith of his people, a man came to him with his son. He was leaning on a staff and said, "O my son, look at this old man. Do not let him deceive you." He said, "O my father, give me the staff." So he gave it to him and took the staff. Then he said, "Put me on the ground." So he put it on and Noah walked towards him with the staff and struck him with a severe wound on his head, and blood flowed. Noah said, "My Lord, you see what your servants do to me, so guide them. But if it is otherwise, then give me patience until you judge, for you are the best of judges." Tariq wal Mulk by al-Tabari, Volume 1, p. 107. See Tafsir al-Qurtubi, Volume 5, page 9. The wife of Noah, peace be upon him. 1. Allah Almighty says, and Allah has set a precedent for the wife of Noah and the wife of Lot. They were married to 2 righteous servants from among the inhabitants of the land. But they betrayed them, so that they might not transgress against Allah. And say, "Enter the fire with those who enter." Surat at-Tarim, 1:1. As for the issue of the betrayal of the wife of Noah and Lot, peace be upon them. As for the betrayal of the wife of Noah, peace be upon them, she was telling people that he was crazy. As for the betrayal of the wife of Lot, peace be upon him, she was informing about the guest. It was narrated by Jamie and authenticated by al-Hakim on the authority of Ibn Abbas. Ibn Adi and al-Bayhaqi in Shu Ab al-Ayman and Ibn Asakir narrated on the authority of ad-Dahak that he said, their betrayal was gossip. Tamama, in another narration, said, when Allah, the Most High, commanded something, they would divulge it to the polytheists. Ibn al-Mundir narrated that he said, their betrayal was that they were disbelieving and broke their oaths. It was also said that they were hypocrites. Here, it is not interpreted as immorality. When more than one person narrated on the authority of Ibn Abbas, no woman of Bani Qat committed adultery, Ashras traced it back to the Prophet Muhammad. Their betrayal by disbelief. Following their people, and disobeying their husbands is a major betrayal, and this is not open to debate, because disbelief only harms them, while adultery harms the husband. And this is impossible for the prophets. Ad-Dahak said on the authority of Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her. Gabriel descended upon the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, and informed him that the name of Noah's wife was Wagla and the name of Lot's wife was Wala. When Allah, the Almighty, mentioned the wives of Noah and Lot, peace be upon them, to show that with disbelief nothing benefits, then these are the wives of two people, but he will cast them into the fire. Tafsir Ra al-Ma'ani by Alusi, Volume 28, page 492. See Tafsir al-Qurtubi, Volume 9, page 326.